Rick, bro, I'm gonna your life up. For fun. There's a few times. This is not new. I do this all the time.
I'm in a revolt. Go back to that 50 Cent post. Because I'm going to tell you why 50 is literally is a diabolical genius.
Hold up. Did you know two of the biggest names in rap almost went toe-to-toe in a war of words that could have changed the game forever? Lil Wayne and 50 Cent have had their fair share of tension, but what really went down when 50 took shots at Wayne, calling him out in the most savage way possible?
Hey, yo. A music question. We had an interview with 50 recently, right? And and 50 was talking about the Louisiana.
And how did Lil Wayne respond? You won't believe the way Wayne kept his cool. Some say it was genius. Others think he missed a chance to fire back. Get ready to dive into the juicy details of a beef that almost blew up. Did Wayne really play it smart, or did 50 Cent get the last laugh? Stick around because this story is way wilder than you ever imagined.
There's nobody in control of me. Like, I do what I want to do. So, I'm deciding to your life up.
Let's rewind to 2007, a time when 50 Cent, already notorious for his beefs with other rappers, set his sights on Lil Wayne. At this point, Wayne was riding high, collaborating with just about everyone in the industry and becoming the go-to feature artist. But 50 wasn't impressed. In fact, he called out Wayne in an interview using some harsh words that had everyone buzzing. He didn't just criticize Wayne's work ethic, he went straight for the jugular, labeling him a for jumping on anyone's track who could cut a check. Now, that's a low blow, especially in a rap game where respect and reputation are everything. But did Wayne take the bait? Nah. Instead of firing back immediately, he played it cool, almost too cool, brushing off 50's remarks as if they were just noise in the background. Some might have expected Wayne to come out swinging, but he didn't, at least not right away. He knew the power of silence and the art of the subtle response, something that's kept him at the top of the game for years.
Wow, that's crazy. That is just young moolah, baby.
Fast forward a bit, and 50 Cent didn't let up. He came harder, dropping lines that were straight up disrespectful, not just to Wayne, but also to Birdman, Wayne's mentor and father figure in the industry. Remember Part-Time Lover? That track had 50 crossing lines that even seasoned beef watchers hadn't seen before. He mocked the relationship between Birdman and Wayne, hinting at things that were as controversial as they were inflammatory. It wasn't just about music anymore, it was personal.
To create energy or like a excitement for the actual release of a record.
So why didn't Wayne go all in on the beef? Some say it's because he knew better than to get dragged into a war of words with someone as relentless as 50 Cent. Look at what happened to Ja Rule. 50 tore him apart, and Ja never fully recovered. Wayne wasn't about to let that happen to him. Instead, he threw out a few jabs of his own, like on Louisianimal, where he took shots at 50 without naming him outright. It was a slick move enough to keep the beef alive, but not enough to escalate it into something that could derail his career.
And what else? Mixtapes? He wouldn't even be making a mixtape because I invented that. But there's no significance.
Wayne's approach was calculated. He understood that engaging too deeply with 50 could have long-term consequences, not just for his career, but also for his relationships in the industry. By not going head-to-head, he maintained his alliances and kept his focus on his music, which was, after all, what mattered most. And let's be real, Wayne's career was skyrocketing at the time. He didn't need the distraction. Meanwhile, 50 Cent was in full attack mode. He responded with more disses, clearly trying to provoke Wayne into a full-scale beef. But Wayne just wouldn't bite. Even when 50 went as far as mocking Wayne's attempt at a rock album, Wayne didn't take the bait. Instead, he kept doing what he did best, making music, staying relevant, and letting his success speak for itself.
When he freestyles on a mixtape, it's in song format because he's following my format. But they asked me about him, like, with it.
And here's where it gets even more interesting. While 50 Cent was busy trying to stir the pot, Wayne was quietly building an empire. By the time 50 dropped more diss tracks, Wayne had already solidified his place as one of the greatest in the game. He wasn't just a rapper, he was a mogul, with Young Money Entertainment backing some of the biggest names in the industry, including Drake and Nicki Minaj. This wasn't just about ego anymore. Wayne was thinking long-term, about legacy, about the future. But don't think for a second that Wayne was all peace and love. He knew how to play the game, and sometimes that meant letting your opponent punch themselves out. By the time 50 Cent realized that Wayne wasn't going to fully engage, it was too late. Wayne had won the war without ever really fighting the battle. Then, just when it seemed like things were cooling off, we got a glimpse of just how deep this rivalry ran. Fast forward to 2023, and we've got Lil Wayne pulling out of a performance with 50 Cent after being shoved backstage.
Wayne was supposed to be a special surprise guest at the 50 Cent show, which I totally believe because this man had like 6 surprise guests at his LA show on Wednesday.
Now, let's break this down. Wayne was supposed to join 50 on stage, a move that could have signaled that all was good between the two. But one wrong move, and Wayne was out of there. It's like the universe just wasn't ready for these two to share the spotlight, even after all these years.
It's that a member of the backstage tour staff seemed to push Lil Wayne out of their way, like maybe they didn't realize who he was, and that apparently pissed him.
This incident wasn't just a minor backstage scuffle, it was a reminder that some wounds never fully heal. Even if they've moved past the public feuding, there's still an underlying tension that can't be ignored. And the fact that Wayne didn't hesitate to leave, that he didn't stick around to smooth things over, shows that he hasn't forgotten the past. He's still the same Wayne who won't be disrespected, who won't be pushed around literally.
From backstage says he just stormed out. He was in the building for about 20 minutes total. Seems like it was pretty hectic backstage.
And let's not forget the other drama that went down that night. 50 Cent, clearly frustrated by technical issues, threw a microphone into the crowd, hitting a fan in the process. This wasn't just a headline-grabbing moment, it was a symbol of the chaos that seems to follow 50 wherever he goes. While Wayne is all about keeping his cool, 50 can't seem to help but ignite fires, whether it's with words, actions, or even flying microphones. So where does this leave us? On the surface, it might seem like the beef between Lil Wayne and 50 Cent is over, but dig a little deeper, and you'll see that it's just evolved. Wayne's approach, always more reserved and strategic, contrasts sharply with 50's more aggressive, take-no-prisoner style. They've both found success in their own ways, but their history together is a testament to the different paths they've taken. Wayne might not have gone blow for blow with 50, but in the end, he didn't need to. He let his music, his empire, and his legacy do the talking. And while 50 Cent might have won a few battles along the way, it's clear that Lil Wayne played the long game, and in the world of rap, that's what really counts. In the end, Lil Wayne's strategy wasn't just smart, it was downright brilliant. While 50 Cent is known for his in-your-face, no-holds-barred approach to beef, Wayne chose a different path, one that prioritized his career, his relationships, and his long-term legacy over short-term victories. And if you think about it, this strategy has been the defining factor in their contrasting careers.
You know what I mean? Like, not when a relationship like that. Like, they've been with each other. Look, I was an opening act for the Cash Money tour.
50 Cent has always been the provocateur, the one who stirs the pot and enjoys the chaos that ensues. His feud with The Game, for example, is legendary not just for the intensity of the beef, but for how it completely derailed what could have been a fruitful collaboration. 50 didn't just burn bridges, he incinerated them, leaving no room for reconciliation. This approach, while entertaining for fans and often beneficial in the short term, has also left him isolated at times, with more enemies than allies.
I ain't never had a conversation with these. I don't know these. I know your name, I seen your video. Other than that, we ain't got no business together. We ain't got no reason to even be talking.
On the other hand, Lil Wayne has always been more focused on the bigger picture. He's had his feuds, no doubt about it, but he's always known when to pull back, when to let things simmer rather than explode. This isn't just about avoiding conflict, it's about understanding the power dynamics in the rap game and knowing when it's worth engaging and when it's better to let your success speak for itself. Take his feud with Pusha T, for instance. It could have easily spiraled into a full-blown war, but Wayne chose to keep his response measured, never letting it consume him. Even in his most heated beef with Birdman, a man he once considered a father figure, Wayne was strategic. He didn't just lash out, he took legal action, ensuring that he protected his interests while also making a clear statement. This ability to think several moves ahead has allowed Wayne to not only survive but thrive in an industry where many have fallen by the wayside. Contrast this with 50 Cent's feud with Ja Rule, where 50's relentless attacks effectively ended Jay's mainstream career. While it was a definitive win for 50, it also set a precedent for how he handles all his beefs with an all-or-nothing mentality that often leaves no room for resolution. And while that might work in the short term, it's not a sustainable strategy for building long-lasting relationships in the industry.
To pull out.
And telling people who the sponsors are. So if they want to harass Cadillac and AT&T, that'll happen.
Lil Wayne's ability to maintain his cool, even when provoked, has ensured his place at the top of the game. He's managed to build an empire, influence a generation of artists, and remain relevant long after many of his peers have faded. Meanwhile, 50 Cent, while still a powerful figure in entertainment, often finds himself embroiled in one controversy after another, a testament to the chaotic energy he brings into every situation.
50's be
Fifth. Y'all don't even. Fifth is
play around if you want to.
Fifth is different.
And he's on tour. He ain't even in America.
Ultimately, the story of Lil Wayne and 50 Cent's beef is a study in contrast between aggression and strategy, between short-term wins and long-term success. Wayne might not have delivered the knockout punch in their feud, but he didn't need to. His silence, his restraint, and his focus on the bigger picture ensured that he came out on top, not just in this beef, but in the rap game as a whole. And if there's one thing we can learn from this, it's that sometimes the smartest move is not to engage at all, but to let your legacy do the talking. So what do you think? Did Lil Wayne's calculated coolness outsmart 50 Cent's aggressive tactics, or did he miss a golden opportunity to cement his dominance? And could 50's relentless approach be the very thing that keeps him relevant? Or is it burning more bridges than it builds? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear where you stand on this legendary beef. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep the gossip flowing.